WWE Super Showdown took place earlier today in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at the Muhammad Abdul Arena on the Boulevard. And this was a very polarizing show, to say the least. Yeah, people are really mad about how the match ended. Okay, so you started off actually on the pre-show. You had people talking at the WWE Network. I think it was David Otunga, Charlie Caruso, and some other dude. You had the OC against the Viking Raiders in a tag match on the pre-show. Did the OC win? I don't know. I guess Viking Raiders mean nothing now. They're just jobbers, you know. OC wins. Next, we get to the Gauntlet match, which was the kickoff match. The first match that started off the main card was a Gauntlet match. And before that, I actually had a very good video package with some great fireworks. Better fireworks than we're probably going to get at WrestleMania in a few weeks. But, hey, it is what it is. So you had the prestigious Tubuk Trophy. That's a Gauntlet match. You had R-Truth, Bobby Lashley, Andrade, Erik, Rowan, AJ Styles, and it's supposed to be Rey Mysterio, but we'll get to that later. So R-Truth comes up first. He faces Bobby Lashley. Truth gets busted open early, and they had Lon actually come out with Lashley, and she was dressed up in the hijab, which was, why? Hope it's not some bullshit multiculturalism statement on her part, but no, please. Anyway, she came out with Lashley. And Truth was busted open pretty bad. I think must have been a headbutt to get your nose busted that bad by Lashley. It must have been a headbutt with Lashley's big head. But he was bleeding. Truth eventually gets the win here. What he does is he gets him in a cradle for the win. Next, you have Andrade. And no, we did not get Zelina Vega on the show. But Andrade is out by himself. It was a quick match. Actually, it was pretty quick. Truth... they both collide with the headbutt, and it's a pretty bad headbutt, but Truth just lands on top of him for a free count, which is not good for his cut. Next, he had Erik Rowan. This was just a quick match. Rowan just crushes him, and then he throws him into the steps, and he just uses the steps, and Truth wins by DQ, so Rowan gets disqualified. It kind of protects him. Rowan's out. Next is AJ Styles. I think to myself, oh, shit, I thought Truth was going to get through right, and AJ's going to come out, and Taker's going to cost AJ the match. Not how it went down, but Truth and AJ, AJ kicks his ass. Truth is just beaten up so much, he gets him in his submission, taps him out. Then the best part of the show, I think, is the coolest part. So Ray's next. AJ's getting ready. Ray's coming out. However, we see Rey Mysterio's been jumped backstage by Gallows and Anderson. They beat him up in Gorilla area. He's down. Oh, bullshit. Looks like AJ's just going to get an easy win. And they're about to announce him the winner. And the ref's going to count 10 to count out Ray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we go backstage. We see Rowan and... not Rowan. Gallows and Anderson had been beaten up really bad backstage. Like, whoa, what's going on? Then we just see the Undertaker's boots. It was awesome. And then his music plays. Undertaker comes out. Amazing entrance. He has this great fiery entrance in the smoke. Crowds going nuts. They're chanting, holy shit. I don't know if they're allowed to swear in Saudi, but they're chanting, holy shit. Taker gets in the ring. Crowds going nuts. AJ gets chokeslammed. And Taker, what he does, he chokeslams AJ. It was a horrible chokeslam, but it was done that way so Undertaker couldn't, lose his hat or his cape. He had to keep the cap and the hat and cape on. So strange, but he had to keep it on. He chokeslams AJ 1, 2, 3, does the rest in peace pin, and then he stays in his gear and he wins the match. He wins the trophy. He doesn't take the trophy, he just stares at it, but he walks out into the smoke. I thought this was awesome. I loved it. This was the best part. I thought this was so cool, and it sets up Undertaker AJ at WrestleMania. Maybe AJ gets his win back, but I highly doubt they're going to have AJ beat Taker. Taker's not losing to AJ. I don't think so. But that sets up a cool match for AJ. It's a big match for him. I'm happy he gets it, and we'll see what he does with Undertaker. If he can get Taker to a great match, that really shows how good he is. New Day does a promo backstage. John Morrison and The Miz come out. Didn't pay much attention. Miz and Morrison get the win here. We get new champs. I predicted them to win. Not surprised. I thought they'd win. I really saw them winning. It was an okay match. Not much to say here. What happens is Miz is outside, and with Big E and Miz and Big E are outside. That's right, Morrison and Big E are outside, and Morrison has a chair, and he hits Kofi with the steel chair in the chest as Kofi was reaching in to get him, and then once he's hurt, Miz rolls up Kofi at the tights, 1, 2, 3, Miz gets the pin on Kofi. New champs, an okay match, but I thought they definitely made the right move, and we'll get to see the SmackDown Tag Team champs with the dirt sheet probably back tomorrow night. That's going to be pretty cool. I like the dirt sheet. I think Miz and Morrison were the better choice to go with the belts, and now we have new champs. They have a Seth Rollins promo. I don't really care much about that. Angel Garza against Humberto Carrillo. So no Zelina Vega. Man, I miss her. No one cares. This is just Garza wins. They're going to push him for a while. No one cares. From what I heard, was a lead card that could have at WrestleMania a Fatal 4-Way match for the U.S. title, which Angel Garza against Humberto Carrillo against Andrade against Rey Mysterio. So may as well call it the Fatal 4-Way Mexican title for the Mexican title. It's not the United States title. It's basically the Mexican title. But that's what you're going to have. I'm not too interested in that. Looks like that's what we're going to get, though. Bayley interview, she did pretty good here. I like Bayley. I think she's doing well. I have to say, her gear was great. Seeing her ass in those in that leather. I have to say, thank you, Bayley. But we'll get to her Mitch later in the card. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy against the Street Profits. Not much here. This was okay. So we knew who was going to win. So it just felt like a Raw match. Well, like that's the thing with Saudi Arabia. They always start with a really big match, then have a big main event, but then the rest of the card just feels like Raw. It's like a long Raw show that will never end. That's how all these Saudi Arabia shows work. We'll get to what happened later in this show. Believe me, I will have a lot to rant about. I'm going to see some F-bombs later in this show. I promise. I'm really mad. Anyway, Rollins and Murphy win, and they retain the Raw Tag Team titles. Next, you have Dolph Ziggler against Mansoor. They want to give Mansoor a big push here. He was great on the NXT TakeOver pre-show and did a great job promoting the match. I actually was rooting for him. Here in this match, I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was great here. I was a little bit angry with him how the match ends. So what he does is he basically hits Dolph Ziggler with the moonsault to win. But Dolph's is too far away with him, and Mansoor doesn't get far enough. So what happens is he goes knee first into Dolph Ziggler's ribs. Dolph must have broken ribs. I hope he's not hurt and he has to stay in Saudi Arabia because I don't think you want to fly with broken ribs, but he must have a broken rib. That looks so fucking painful. I was mad at Mansoor, like, oh, he fucked up so bad. He hit Dolph right in the fucking ribs with his knees. It looked fucking brutal. Jeez, I was a little angry, like, damn, he could not do that. That was bad on him, but it was an okay match. After the match, he talks in Arabic for all. I have no idea what he's saying. He thanks the crowd. Crowd loves him. They're chanting his name. They absolutely love Mansoor. They're going to push this guy. He's going to get a big push eventually. I think the thing that hurts the person who gets hurt a lot by Mansoor is Ali, Mustafa Ali, and he's going to bitch on Twitter. Oh, they're holding me back because I'm Muslim. That's what he's fucking saying. But Mustafa Ali, Mansoor has far more charisma than you do. You're a much better wrestler than him. Far better wrestler, I should say. But if Mansoor keeps getting better, there's no need for Ali. But I think they just keep pushing Mansoor. Never know. He can get over in the main roster. He had a lot of charisma, but I do think he's going to be resented because they're going to say, oh, they're just pushing him because of Saudi Arabia, not because he really deserves it. So that's the thing with Mansoor, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he does well. We'll see. I hope he does well. Why not? Next, you have the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar against Ricochet. And this is one of the two matches that everyone's going to freak out about. This was a squash match. It was a joke match. It was a massacre. Basically, Ricochet jumps at Lesnar. Brock stops him. He hits him with a German suplex, a couple of them. F5, 1, 2, 3. About a minute. That's it. That was all it is. Yeah. Everyone's going to be really mad. People are going to be really mad. Not as mad as the main event. The main event's going to overshadow people's anger for the show because of this fucking match. But it's like, come on, you could have given him something. I know, I mean, Ricochet and Brock would murder him less than what happened in this fake match. But come on, like they've given small guys too, not as small as Ricochet, but they've given him something. Can you have him do something where Brock hurts himself, it hurts his head or something, and Ricochet gets a little bit of offense? Eventually, Brock puts him away and give him like at least 5 minutes. Give him something. Like this is all. Come on. Anyway, yeah, I'm not saying if I was Ricochet's career trajectory in WWE right now, it is not good. Not good at all. Not good. Okay, hopefully he does better, though. Next, Roman Reigns against King Corbin inside the steel cage. I thought this match sucked. I thought this was a shit match. They barely used the fucking cage. I hate WWE fucking cage matches. They do in cage matches. They do in Hell in a Cell matches all the fucking time. You have a cage, but we're not going to fucking use it. We have a cage. Let's not use it. Let's just have a wrestling match in a cage. Let's do a match for like 10 minutes, and we'll get to the cage, and we're going to have like 2 spots into the cage. I want a fucking cage match. I want blood. I want them to go on the cage, do a spot off the cage, use the cage on each other. I hate matches that are just matches. They barely even use the structure that they're in. They even use the fucking cage. So the big thing is they go to the top of the cage and they fight on top of it for a while. Both of them are sitting down fighting, but it wasn't that good. There was the big thing with the chain. Corbin gets the chain out, but eventually it comes back to haunt him. What Reigns does is he's able to, once they go down from the cage, they Corbin gets crotched on the ropes. Then Reigns grabs a chain. He puts on as a Superman punch, and on his fist, he hits Corbin with the Superman punch. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins. Not much to stay here. Co-main event, you have Bayley defending her SmackDown Women's title against Naomi. So Naomi comes out first, and then Bayley comes out. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." You can tell there's women who really want this match to do well. They're trying to do it well. I thought the Natalya Lacey Evans match, when was that? November? That was pretty recent. It was much better, actually. I thought they did better here. This doesn't feel like a big deal anymore. It was just okay. They both had to cover themselves up pretty much. They basically wore all black, and then they had to wear their shirts. But Bayley, I don't think people realize, if you see Bayley like out of character, she's fucking really hot. Like, she's very attractive. People don't know that. Bayley's very attractive. Anyway, she has like the leather on, she has like an amazing ass and really good ass. You have to say that about Bayley. It's really good, and we got to see that on display in this in the leather. But I thought the match was just very average. It was basically a SmackDown match. You could have. I wouldn't have done this. Just put us on SmackDown tomorrow night. It's better. So I think it goes to Bayley Sasha now. Actually, maybe Bayley Lacey. I think it's Lacey. I don't know what's up with Sasha, but it's had a lot. Say Sasha or Lacey at WrestleMania, because that's who it can be. They could go to Lacey again. Wouldn't it surprise me? They had Bayley beat her clean at the Rumble, so I don't know. But I guess maybe they go to Lacey Evans at WrestleMania, and Lacey's probably going to win the belt. Or they could go to Sasha, or Sasha win the belt. But Bayley wins. Okay match. Well. As Goldberg would say, main events, the WWE Universal Championship. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defends his title against Goldberg. Boo. The fans are going to boo the shit at Goldberg when he comes back as champ. Okay, if let me say this. I was to get to the match, I'm going to give you my thoughts. Okay. So Goldberg comes out, good entrance. Fiend comes out, great entrance. Like both her entrances. It felt like a big match. Had a cool stare down at first. So what happens is Goldberg backs up. He spears Wyatt right at the bell. He doesn't do the spear. He runs well. It's just it's basically like a takedown type of spear. He spears him quick. Wyatt kicks out at 1. He hits 3 more, but Wyatt comes out. He gets the mandible claw on Goldberg. And I think actually Goldberg, there was 2 mandible claws. He gets out of the first one. He hits 3 spears. Wyatt kicks out again. He hits the mandible claw. It goes on for a while, but they get into the middle of the ring. Goldberg fights off the mandible claw with his hands. He's able to get out of it. He hits a jackhammer. 1, 2, 3. Goldberg's the Universal Champion. Oh my God. No, they did not have Goldberg squash the Fiend. Oh my God. No. They did such a good thing with the Fiend. It was such a great character. Oh, they built it up front since last year at the night after WrestleMania with all the stuff with the Firefly Funhouse. It was perfect to this match at SummerSlam with Bray Wyatt, which was great to every single aspect. A great feud he had with Daniel Bryan, a very underappreciated feud. He had a very good match at the Rumble. The match where he whips him at the Rumble, and that leather strap match. And even the match with Seth was really good. The Falls Country, which he survives everything. Seth almost kills the Fiend. But Goldberg, a 54-year-old man, barely hits him with 3 spears and jackhammer, and it's over. This is fucking bullshit. Fuck this. Goldberg should not be the fucking champion. He should not beating Bray Wyatt at the fucking Saudi Arabia show 5 weeks before WrestleMania. I'll be okay with this. I won't be okay. I'll still be mad. But if they decide, okay, we're just going to do a shock finish, we're going to have a big match for Elimination Chamber. Let's say there's 2 ways it's going to go. One, it's Goldberg is going to WrestleMania as champ, which I think is going to happen, and he faces Roman Reigns and he loses the belt at WrestleMania. That's the most likely scenario. The second one, which I wouldn't be as angry about this, but I would still be annoyed because they beat the Fiend. They're going to have Goldberg defend a Universal title against the Fiend at Elimination Chamber. And at Elimination Chamber, the Fiend beats Goldberg and regains the title. That I'm not as angry about. I was like, oh, fine. They want to do a big shock. It's quick title reign lasts 2 weeks. Fiend gets the belt back. I don't think so. I think Goldberg's taking this to WrestleMania. I think they're doing this because I think in their mind, Goldberg and Roman's a big match, and it was supposed to be a Fiend and Roman Reigns, but I think it got scrapped. And I think they see that's a much bigger match. It's a bigger show, and Goldberg takes the Fiend's spot at WrestleMania, and they want Roman Reigns to be cheered. And I think against the Fiend at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns is 100% getting booed, even though he survived leukemia. I think in that crowd he gets booed. I think against Goldberg's going to be really hated, and they want to make Goldberg to be like Roman Reigns, and Goldberg's going to get booed. But I think Reigns doesn't get booed, so I think the fans see it. So I think it's a situation where they don't want Roman Reigns to be booed. So they just have Goldberg as their fall guy, but this is bullshit. I mean, you're gonna beat the Fiend. This is really bullshit. I'm genuinely angry that they decided to beat the Fiend right now. This is really bullshit. Roman Reigns isn't gonna beat Goldberg or something, or the Fiend's gonna get it back at Chamber. But man, that was fucking bullshit. Horrible ending.